This is going to be ranking every U.S. state shape by how difficult it would be for a golf course hole. Now, the tee box for each of these will be in one corner of the state, and the green and the hole will be in the exact opposite corner. So, for example, on this map up here, we might have the tee box down here, and the hole would be up here in the northwest. And the state size will not be a factor, just their shape. I'm going to imagine they're all about the length of a par 4. Number 50, Colorado. I'm a pretty bad golfer, and even I would be okay on this one. You can hook it or slice it, and the ball would still be in play. 49, Wyoming. Same thing. 48, North Dakota. A little bit more out of bounds over here, but still pretty safe. 47, Utah. Just got to make sure you don't hit your drive over here to the right. 46, Arizona. Could be a little tight coming into the green right there, but I think we should be okay. 45, Nebraska. Just can't miss left on the drive, otherwise you're okay. 44, Wisconsin. A pretty wide fairway here, lots of room to miss left or right. 43 is Iowa. Got a pretty straight shot from the tee box to the hole. Just got to make sure you don't overshoot the green. 42, Kansas. No challenges whatsoever in the fairway. Just got to be careful with this pond or bunker, whichever you want to say that is, up near the green. 41, South Dakota. Same thing. Fairway's no problem. Just got to be careful near the green. 40, Georgia. Again, just got to be cautious by the green, but otherwise a pretty easy hole. 39, Vermont. Made it this far because it is a little narrow, but it's still a straight shot, so not too difficult. 38, Montana, pretty wide open hole, but if you miss left, it's going off this cliff, and you're going to have to go back to the tee box and take a drop. So as long as you keep it in play, you're okay on this one. 37, New Mexico. The area around the green is no problem, but I am a little concerned about the tee shot. You've got a small, narrow passageway. You got to get it through, but as long as you can make that, you're okay. 36, Mississippi. Same thing off the tee, but also have to avoid this creek. 35 is Oregon. Going from here to here, you've got a little bit of danger up in this area near the green, but otherwise this one isn't too bad. 34, Alabama. Another one where your green could be very challenging once you get around it, but in the fairway, no problems at all. 33, South Carolina. Not entirely sure the best way to set this one up. It'd either be from here to here or here to here, but either way you do it, it's not overly challenging. The only issue is avoiding the creek down here. 32, Nevada, pretty tight, small landing area for the green, but the fairway's wide open. 31, Maine, another one that's pretty open. You just can't miss over here to this side into the water. 30, Ohio, going from here to here. This one's a little bit tighter, but again, you should be fine if you can avoid the out of bounds down here. 29, Illinois, going from here to here. There's definitely some trees lining the fairway, and it thins out as you reach the green, but it could be worse. 28, Indiana, it thins out as you reach the hole, and you do have some trees lining around the green, but this one's not awful. 27, Arkansas. Now, this one's going to take a little more accuracy because the hole is right here, and if you miss right, you're going to be stuck on that side. But again, there's so much open space over here, you could just lay up over there. 26, Pennsylvania, the same thing, going from here to over here. But again, you have plenty of space to set up your approach shot by hitting your first shot down here. 25 is Texas. Now remember, size isn't a factor. These are all about the length of a par 4. So this one, you have a narrow tee shot and a narrow shot near the green, but there is lots of room to miss. So it's challenging, but there is room for error. 24 is Connecticut. Now this one scares me a little bit because on the tee shot, you got to hit that sucker pretty straight, but after that, you got plenty of open space for the rest of the hole. 23, New Hampshire. Obviously, it thins out as you approach the green, so that can be a little bit of a challenge, but this one isn't totally unbearable. 22, Kentucky, a pretty wide fairway that thins out as you approach the green. A little tough, but not unbearable for an amateur. 21, Minnesota, going from here to here. Another one that thins out as you approach the green. A little challenging, but still doable. 20 is Missouri, a pretty easy tee shot, a wide open fairway. But that green makes me a little nervous. You might have to hit it a little bit over water or curl it around in. 19, New Jersey. The tee shot might be a little tough, and the fairway is pretty tight, but once you get it through there, it's smooth sailing towards the green. 18 is California. It's a little narrow, but not too bad. You've got a slight dog leg, and then you have to avoid this creek right here, so it's a little bit challenging, but definitely not the worst on the course. 17, Idaho. Not a ton of room for error on the tee shot, but once you get past that, this one's pretty easy. 16, Virginia. Same thing. Tough, narrow tee shot, but after that, an open fairway. 15 is Tennessee. Now, if you're good at golf, this hole would be an absolute breeze because all you have to do is hit it perfectly straight down the middle. But for me, this thing would be absolute torture. You have to hit it perfectly straight down the middle. 14, Delaware, another one that's pretty narrow, so you've got to hit it perfectly straight. And then the green, you've either got to curl it in or hit it a little bit over the water. 13, New York, still a little narrow, but wider than the last two. But since this one's a dog leg, it's a little bit more challenging. Got to hit it straight off the tee and then swing it around to the left to get towards the green. 12 is North Carolina. You've got to pinch your drive through this tight fairway, and then it's pretty open, but then when you get close to the green, you've got a bunch of water to avoid. 11 is Washington. On this one, you've got to go from here up to here. Now, for a good golfer, they can just hit their first shot here, hit it over the water, and be on the green in two. But for me, I'm terrified of water, so I'm going to have to hit it all the way along here perfectly, and then perfectly up to the green. No thanks. Number 10 is Florida. Obviously, we've got a dog leg here. A pretty tight tee shot that you're going to have to make, but then after that, it's not as bad. Still pretty narrow, but it's a little bit more open and not too many obstacles by the green. Number 9, Louisiana, another dog leg. Now, you might say that's easier than Florida because it's a little bit wider, which, yes, that is true. It's easier on the tee shot, going from here down to here. But when you get near the green, look at all this mess. How in the world are you going to get it out there? That's going to be nearly impossible. Number 8, West Virginia, same thing. Smooth sailing on the tee shot, and then you realize, oh no, I've got to get it on that. Number 7, Michigan. This one actually isn't horrible, but I personally just hate hitting over water. You got to start over here, lay up right there, and then hit over onto that island and across to get to the green. Number 6, Alaska. Just so this hole is actually possible to finish, we're going to say you tee off here and finish up here, but that is an incredibly narrow tee shot. Number 5 is Oklahoma. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's a very easy hole. Look at all the open space. Except it won't matter because I'll never get to the open space. I'm going to have to take 50 drops trying to fit through that narrow little passageway. I'll be hitting a tree every shot, hitting out of bounds. This is going to be torture. Number 4, Maryland. Teeing off here. Got to land it here on your first shot and then hope your second shot somehow gets over in this area and you don't lose it in the water. Number 3, Rhode Island. An easy first shot, just lay up right here, but then you've got to land it on the island green. Yeah, I'm losing at least 5 or 6 golf balls in the water before I can get it on there. Number 2, Massachusetts. The fairway's pretty narrow to begin with, and then you've got to land it on that tiny little baby green over there. I don't know if prime Tiger Woods could do that. Number 1, Hawaii. If you've ever played Wii Golf, this is exactly what the last hole looks like, and it's torture. You gotta hit it to that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. Every single shot has to be literally perfect. I would lose a bazillion golf balls here and be miserable the whole time.